Good morning, 7th graders. This is Mr. Heiler, and because I am gone today, you're receiving your lesson about your written report dealing with your research paper through this video on the computer. What I want to walk you through today is the outline. I'm gone today, obviously, because of the Salmon Release Project, and you will see me tomorrow. So I apologize for being out of the classroom, but that's the way it is, and I'll be out of the classroom with you next year when you do the same project. Anyways, let's move forward. Let's talk about this outline. You have to have this outline done before class tomorrow, so it is very important for you to not only pay attention to this video, but it's important for you to work today as I walk you through it. And while you're doing it, if you have any questions, you can always go back into the video and you can watch the video again. I'm going to post this onto Schoology. If you're watching it through Schoology already, you know it's there. If not, you're watching it on their overhead projector because the computers were not available to you this morning, which is no big deal. Alright, so basically what you see here with the outline is I have named it in the Google document. If you don't have access to the computers today, you don't have to do it in a Google document. You can actually do it on paper, so it's not a big deal. Just make sure that you write it nice and neatly, please. So what you can see is I've titled it. I have my name, Mr. Heiler, first hour, proper heading up here, and I have for my outline I have what my topic is. So if I did the Titanic, I put the Titanic. If I did Jackie Robinson, I would put Jackie Robinson here. So you're going to have 5 parts to your outline, and you can see that as I scroll down. You can see that there's an introduction, there's a body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and there is a conclusion. Okay, this is not meant to be a 5-paragraph essay. It just turned out that way. So my apologies if you do not like the 5-paragraph essays. It's just the way it turned out. First of all, you have an introduction. It needs to be 4 to 6 sentences long. The first couple of sentences is introducing your topic to me, so some background information on the topic. So for example, I might write a sentence about the Titanic, when it was built, why it was built. That's the background information I would give. My thesis statement. My thesis statement's important because it's basically the main idea of the research. It's almost the why. You're answering the question, why did I choose this topic? And there you can answer that question, or you can go over and you can look at this. This is part of the video. You can take a peek at this. This has different ways that you can start your thesis. So for example, number 1, if my topic is Jackie Robinson, I can say Jackie Robinson had a huge effect on the outcome of baseball. Boom, there's my thesis statement. I'm all set. There's some other ways that you can start down here. Right? Number 6, Jackie Robinson was a hero of baseball. Boom, there's a thesis statement. There are a number of different ways you can start it. I encourage you to use these different thesis statement starters. They are going to help you form that thesis statement. Okay, so let's go back to the outline and let's move forward. So we have the introduction out of the way. Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and body paragraph 3 are all about those questions that you had. I asked you to come up with 3 questions for your topic. Now what you need to do is you need to turn those questions into statements for topic sentences of each paragraph. So for example, you can see in body paragraph number 1, it's about question number 1 that I had. 6 to 8 sentences long for this paragraph. So topic sentence, you turn your question into a statement. So for example, if I was doing the Titanic and I'm asking the question, was it an iceberg that hit the Titanic, or did the Titanic really hit an iceberg? So I would turn that into that question into a statement. So I'd say the Titanic really did hit an iceberg that, go back here, an iceberg that was the size of a bus. If that was my question, was the iceberg the size of a bus? So I turned that question into a statement, and then you can see I have detailed sentences that I'm going to put in here. So I'm going to talk about that iceberg. This is what that paragraph is going to be about because that's the question I had. So I'm talking about it with each one of those detailed sentences. Then I have to support it with an in-text quote. So all that information that you gathered, and you either created a Google document, or you wrote it down on paper, or you used Evernote, that tool that I showed you. Wherever you wrote it, you're going to take that quote that you pulled from a website and you're going to put it in here, making sure that you have quotation marks, making sure that you give credit to who said it, or where you got it, and we'll talk about what that looks like within your actual paper when I return on Tuesday. But you got to put that support there with that in-text quote. Going to have a detailed sentence after it, and then I'm wrapping it up. So I'm basically restating this. So I would say, as you can see, the Titanic really did hit a very large iceberg. And I'm going to do the same thing with body paragraph 2 and body paragraph 3, turning those questions into statements. I don't care what order you put the questions in. I don't know which question you want to put first. That's fine. It doesn't matter what question you put first, as long as you are answering those 3 questions. And they have to be the same 3 questions that you submitted to me on that survey. So please make sure you're sticking to what you did with the survey. And then you have the conclusion down here at the bottom. Now this is where you're going to restate your thesis. So for example, if I use this sentence or this thesis starter where it says Jackie Robinson had a huge effect on the outcome of baseball. Now I'm going to restate that. I don't want to say the same thing. I'm going to say something like, in conclusion, as you can see, Jackie Robinson was really important to the world of baseball. Notice how I didn't say the same thing. I restated it. So I changed some of the words around a little bit. So go back and listen to that again if you didn't hear what I just said. And then you want to leave your reader with kind of this lasting impression about the topic. So what was it that you really liked about the topic? What was some information you want what other information do you want your audience to know about your topic? What is there a kaboom statement, what I call a kaboom statement, something that was really surprising to you, or something that you feel that the audience would really be surprised at about this particular topic. And that's pretty much going to take care of your outline. You're not going to need to do much more with that. Again, I want to reiterate the important points here, making sure that up here, when you are doing your introduction and you're doing your outline for introduction, those 2 or 3 sentences, you are not answering or discussing your 3 questions here. I don't want to see any information about that. All of that information with 3 questions is going to be in each one of your body paragraphs, here, here, and here. So please make sure you're not doing that. Also, please make sure you're taking that question, each one of your questions, and turning it into a statement for each one of your body paragraphs. And make sure you have your in-text, your quote in each one of those paragraphs. Then the last thing is, please make sure that you restate your thesis and that you have some other important information you want your audience to know about your topic. That's just the outline. It shouldn't take you too long to do. Again, this is due Tuesday. When you come into class, you need to have it done. You do not need to share it with me. I'm simply going to take a look at it. When I get into class, I may ask you some questions. I'm going to try to sit down and have a discussion with each of you over the course of the next couple of days, and then we'll get going on that written report and that other genre that you want to do for this project. And it won't take too long. We'll get things wrapped up for the end of the year. Thanks, guys, and if you have any questions, go back through the video.